are ready for football. So are they as the Packers get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the rookie from Arizona State, it's Kalen Ballage. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Tramon Williams, a veteran corner there on the stop.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he's brought down after a good gain. He got 29 yards that time. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They run it with Ballage. And he's got room. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And throw right side complete to Parker. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And he finds Stills, complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that have to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
Well, they go with a tight end carry. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
The ball down at the 1 as they come up after the penalty on another 2nd and goal. And now a sneak, Tannehill. And I don't think he got in. The big bodies up front held him at the 1. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down. Well, they held him out on 2nd down, and now here's 3rd and goal. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Kenyon Drake, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Dolphins take it right down and score on the opening drive. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incomplete. And you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
The left side throw complete to Adams. Rodgers finding Adams for a Packer first.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
58!
Rodgers to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. On now is Mason Crosby, who's hit from as far as 58 in his career. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And Crosby puts it through, and they are on the board, trailing now at 6-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle, come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start with a give here to Balaj. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now Tannehill. Eluding the pressure right. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
56. Lucky 56.
On first down, Osweiler. And Stills over the middle. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney. No. Check. Patriot.
Melage. And he's got some space here. Got some real estate inside the 30. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin.
Hey, 20. Play. Go. Deep.
A shotgun snap for Tannehill. He rifles one that's intercepted. Then it's Clinton Dix with a pick. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
That's fine, yeah.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Lets this one rip toward Graham. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'd open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Looking deep for Adams. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. To throw, it's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
And there was absolutely zero pressure on the quarterback on that play. 3rd down, and he has all the time in the world to eventually find an open receiver for a 1st down pickup.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Okay, some people call it the shuffle pass. Some people call it a shovel pass, but this worked really well. And it's hard to do in the NFL because of the big bodies that tend to clog up the middle of the field. But the execution was excellent there, able to get it done and get upfield for big yardage.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Packers are able to cash in for 6. Crosby on now to kick it away. Jakeem Grant now to return. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Then the Dolphins getting set to go here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs, so you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. On second down, here's Tannehill. It's complete to Parker, left side. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. To throw is Tannehill. Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. Mike Daniels in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Taken in at the 11. Oh, good agility by Cobb. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up first and 10 at their 38. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And now nothing but green ahead of him. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. Crosby on now to kick it away. The return man is Grant. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Tannehill finding Stills, and it's a Dolphin first down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 43. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. They'll roll him out right. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. The intended receiver was Jakeem Grant. That'll bring up second down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense. On
second and 10, Tannehill. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Play action. It's Tannehill. Flush to his right. It's complete to Grant. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. Tannehill throwing again. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by the Michigan man, Jake Ryan.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They begin the drive with Williams. Oh, and now he bowls him over. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You got him. You got him. You got him.
2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Lambeau following these words. On second down, Williams. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. And on the stop defensively, Raekwon McMillan. The Packers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he fires one that's intercepted. The rookie Minka Fitzpatrick with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play.
And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. In for the score. And the Dolphins have got it back to a 1-score game. This time, the extra point up and good. And that'll make it 17-13. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak. Got the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win. And that's caught inside the 30. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Rodgers now on first down. Caught left side by Cobb. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
We are going. Yeah, Liz.
Rodgers to throw once more. Wide open receiver complete. And now before for this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
That's fine. Yeah. Hey, 319.
And again, it's Rodgers. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams as the first half is winding down. And the Packers add on to their lead. Now Crosby for the point after. Crosby with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Crosby on now to kick it away. Here comes Grant on the return. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a play fake here on first down. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Cameron Wake makes plays like that look simple because I think he plays with excellent leverage. Really does a nice job of being lower than the offensive guys trying to block him and gets underneath them and goes up and down the line of scrimmage to make those types of plays.
And kept him to a short run play there.
All right. 319.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. He gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Rodgers now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Robert Quinn able to collapse the pocket and drop him for a loss of a yard. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll force upon them a 3rd and 14.
Reset. Hey, easy. Wide left. Yeah, Liz.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay first.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Oh, that was sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And the lead is up to 18 now. Crosby on now to kick it away. The return man is Grant. And he'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They go play action here on first down. And Stills bringing it in. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Dolphin passing game rolling here. They've got another first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To the air again, Tannehill. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Parker. And he'll go down at the 28. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Go. Play.
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Blake Martinez. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
Jones. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. On the stop, Stephon Anthony with the tackle.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Being chased out left. Throw left side complete. It's Cobb. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 18 yards the gain for number 18.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, it was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
Looking downfield for Jones. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down, it's Jones. The broken tackle couldn't create a ton of space. He'll be taken down just beyond the 35-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Got an open man, it's Van Scantling. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Now a play fake, Rodgers. He's going to sling this deep down. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be marked down deep into Miami territory. That goes for a gain of 31.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
On first down, Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
This is Jones. And able to get him inside the 5 here, just inside the 5 to about the 4. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. Here it's 3rd and 3. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And Crosby puts it through, and that will extend their lead even further. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finished.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. It's a big play there for Miami. 56 yards. From the red zone now, Tannehill. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Stills the intended target, and now it's 2nd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Back to the air. Tannehill on 2nd down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Blake Martinez. He's got daylight. The 20, 10, 5, and they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point try now for Crosby. Crosby connects on the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Here comes Grant on the return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll fake the handoff. Now Tannehill. He'll buy some time right. He's going to air it out deep for Amendola. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Josh Jones. And he will bring this across midfield to the 49-yard line. Amendola, he was the intended target. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed?
There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Packers. A big play there. 49 yards. And that interception key as it leads to the touchdown.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing, too.
Oh, she's
on like the 5th tune at this point.
She left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
On first down, Tannehill. It's complete to Parker, left side. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll fake it. Now Tannehill. That's incomplete. Nearly another pick. My goodness. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Going deep here for Still. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Josh Jones. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. Rodgers gives this to Jamal Williams. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in Newports, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. On 3rd down, here's Williams. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. And out come the Dolphins now. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Clay. Go. Clay.
Now a first down throw, Tannehill. And he finds Danny Amendola. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Dolphins have a first down. Off play action, Tannehill. It's caught, Stills, right side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Tannehill on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. Throwing again is Tannehill. Buying time to his left. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Kenyon Drake with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. It's a wobbler, and it's intercepted. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here comes Montgomery now to return it. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
No, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being blown out. And no one wants to go back to those memories. But, you know, when I was calling college football, I saw a game that, you know, a team put 70. I actually saw it happen twice. A team put 70 on their opponent. And in the NFL, in the 2017 season, I saw one of those changing of the guard games where a team that hadn't been very good before now was dominating and kicking around a team who had been ruling their division.
And that's when you earn your paycheck, right? As the analyst, you got to fill that time.
You've got to know what's going on out there and how it all happened.
Well, obviously, that begs the question, what game was it?
That was Seattle hosting Los Angeles, the Rams.
Yeah.
Their second meeting of the season, and the Rams turned it around from their first one and blew out the Seahawks.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Now this is fielded in the end zone. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Time for a break. We'll come back and wrap up garbage time after this.
Hey, 20. One set. Okay. 28. Tiger. Clay.
On first down, it's Tannehill. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way down to the 39. A big play, Tannehill to Parker, 51 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first.
Hey, 20.
Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. On second down, here's Tannehill. Amendola catching it left side. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here's Tannehill now on second down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A good pickup there, 26 yards. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. Tannehill throwing again. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. Kevin King, the former Washington Husky, there defensively.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. Now he's got it. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Tannehill now to throw. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
The Dolphins on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Now it's Tannehill. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting runs so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it, and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for Green Bay, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for Miami, it's a bit of a setback as they drop to 6-4 now. And they'll get a late bye next week, which might be coming at the right time. And they'll be back in action in Week 12. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Hey, what's up, gang? Let me go secure for the game right quick. Hey, what's up, gang? I think it's my fault. For real. What's up, man? Hey, I got that chicken to go. I'm gone. A lot of these lost. They broke. They think it's my fault. No car. I want that course. I'm dripping. I'm stuck with the sauce. Good drip. But she love you, don't cut your Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the lights. We the ones don't like. But you look through light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes. I went from filling out kites to putting it my block. Look what you sweater is drill. Somebody give me a. These ain't like the cops. Gossiping more than a. In jail I had. I make you cut off the. Think that I made it, they can't be my friends, so they wanna be ops. If I see them hating and I'm in that spaceship, I'm dropping the top. Ain't like my beat ain't no happy belated, I'm calling no guap. Who gave you a voice? Who told you your thoughts count? GPS straight to the money. I put my big homie up the big Mickey Mouse. You posted your at 12 and 8 that night, she had my all over the mansion. Can't sit on my house. I got that check into golf. A lot of these look lost. They broke, they think it's my fault. No court. I want that court. I'm dripping, I'm stuck with the sauce. But she love you, don't cut your. Reynolds Da Vinci is white. Limited Louis, that's light. Rape in the city, that's light. LED, look at the light. We the ones don't like. But you look through light. Why even play with your life? Bank account looking like yikes.
With me, boy. Your hands and your fingers. Your ears with get back, watch you turn to a singer. Get the fighting like this Jerry Springer. All of my zip the back that like a popo. Don't do these they popo. Had a G-Wagon truck turned to Rojo. Find a cable 2 wheels and they going wild down in Soho. One was black and the other was Mexican. Had a like a pollo. Younger than you with a Maybach. Younger than you with a Bentley. From the got in the gently. Ain't been friends with these. When I was down out of so had sympathy. But that's how I go when you broke. Now I'm like mistletoe. This do my own. Not gonna lost on these new clones. Then she asked for a loan. Had to laugh, then I told her get gone. Gon' get that me on. Ain't no give me not a thing. So I spend 90K on my ring. You can see all my pain in my watch. Got my ex down and walking around with my hand on my. Cause I'm popping and I know you not. And I know you see just how I'm living. You know I